Come on, computer. Stupid thing never turned on. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your Tampa Bay Thunderstrikers live show, broadcasting from the WZIG 104.1 FM radio booth located inside Snappers Girl and Comedy Club in scenic Palm Harbor, Florida. And now the host of the show, Joe D'Angelo.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Joe D'Angelo, the loudmouth.
Literally a loud mouth.
At least he knows it.
Yep.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Joe D'Angelo, Tampa Bay Thunderstrikers live here at Snappers Bar and Grill and Comedy Club, located here in beautiful Palm Harbor, Florida, with a $1 taco night. Come on in, get your $1
Taco
tacos.
Tuesday, people.
Taco Tuesday. Come on down and get your tacos.
Get your drinks, too.
Yeah. So one of the smartest decisions that I made, and right now I'm very, very proud that I made this. We took the damn microphones off those stupid bars.
Yeah, much better, I might say.
Yeah,
You don't
it's
have
like,
to hold it.
yeah, we don't have. Yeah, I mean, it's just great. We just talking to the microphone just like everybody else does in radio, and don't have that annoying bar that gets in my way. It's up, it's down, it's moving side to side and everything.
You know what? I actually feel like I'm on TV right now because of what they do on live TV. Holding a mic.
This is what they do. They hold a mic and they interview.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Mr. Devin Stofford, my producer. And tonight we debut the new co-host for the Tampa Bay Thunderstrikers Live. And let me tell you about him. He's very knowledgeable with the Bolts. He's got very bad taste in baseball with the Rays.
So he says.
He's got very bad taste in football.
So he says.
And there's nothing I can do about it. He just grew up in an area where, adequate teams, not really great teams. So, I'm not going to hold that against him that he has the bad taste, but at least he has good taste in hockey.
Correct, sir. But I do gotta say, though, even though I'm a Bolts and Rays fan, I got to say I'm sorry, Tampa Bay fans, but I'm more Chargers and Padres. I'm sorry.
And you don't need to apologize. You're a fan of those teams. We don't have to apologize because we don't root for the Rays, or I don't root for the Rays. He doesn't root. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. It's your choice. Whatever team that you want to root for, you go ahead and root for them, support them, and don't turn your back on them.
Correct,
the main thing
sir.
is to stay committed, stay loyal to your teams. I'm sorry again for that you're going to be eliminated really quick in the playoff.
So you say, but we're not. We're not. I'm banking on it right now with Charlie freaking Morton on the mound.
Charlie Morton.
We got it.
Yeah, the guy that pitched against the team that clinched the division 2 weeks ago. We didn't care about those 2 games that we lost. We clinched the division 2 weeks ago before that. We beat the Rays 12 times this year, totally dominated, and we're not going to see the Rays again because the Rays are going to get eliminated before we even get to them.
I don't care what you say because this is the most unified team there has been.
Unified.
Yeah.
Unified.
I said it.
2018. The 2008 team was unified too, weren't they? They went to the World Series against the Philadelphia Tube Stakes and lost to the Phillies in 2008. It wasn't until 2009 when my Yankees conquered the Tube Stakes in the World Series the following year.
That's because MLB screwed that all up for us.
Excuses.
It's not excuses when it's true.
Everybody's got an excuse.
Of course.
So
not excuses.
So Big Game Morton is going to pitch tomorrow night against Oakland's ace, and we'll just see what happens. How about that? We'll see what happens.
We will see.
It's
yes, we
one
will.
game. You win or you go home. And you say that the Rays are going to win in the Trop. Nah, because they're playing in Oakland.
It doesn't matter where they play.
It doesn't matter where they play? Okay.
Yeah, don't matter.
Okay. We shall see on Sunday's show, because I'm surrounded by Rays fans here. this guy's a Rays fan here, and my other new co-host on Sunday is a Rays fan as well. So this is what I got to deal with. But I don't mind because they make up for it because they're Bolts fans. So I'm very forgiving. I am not a judgmental guy, as I proved, because I have Tampa Bay Rays producers, or not producers, talk show hosts. My producer, he doesn't even like baseball.
So you'll be weeping once we face you in the playoffs and we
That's
beat
not going to
you.
happen because you guys ain't even going to make it. You guys are not going to make it. Do you
We
realize that even if you do beat Oakland, that you have to face number 1 rated Houston Astros?
I do.
And how are you going to beat them?
I do realize this, but our three top pitchers rank in with the Astros big three, even though we haven't won a World Series.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
How did they compare?
Stats prove it.
You don't got a Verlander.
Stats prove it
You
this
don't
year.
have a Verlander.
Look at the stats.
You don't have a Verlander. That's what stats tell me. You don't have a Verlander.
Who cares?
Who
Who cares?
Oh, now he's saying who cares. Now
Who
he's saying who
cares?
cares. Morton is no Verlander.
Oh, but he's got the playoff experience, unlike Verlander.
Whoa. Did you just say that
Yep.
Verlander has no playoff experience?
No, that's not what I said. I said
Correct yourself.
Morton has more playoff experience than Verlander. That's what I'm saying.
But he's not a better pitcher than Verlander is. Verlander won 20 games. How many did Morton win?
Look who he was facing, though. The AL West, who's
This is
garbage.
A sad argument.
Who's garbage.
Oh, please.
Every team in that division is garbage. You got the Angels, who can't even get over 500. You got the Mariners, who stormed like they were going to be, but then they tail slide. Look what they did with their players. They traded them away. And you got the Texas Rangers, who can't even win in their final year at their ballpark.
We're going to have to change the subject because we are a Tampa Bay Lightning broadcast show. Did you know that?
That is fine. We can do that.
We can come back to this if you want. We can come back
Whatever
to
you
this.
guys want to do.
We can come back to this. There are Rays fans watching our show right now. I know John McAmee is a huge Rays fan. Wah. He's one of the 5,000 people that go to the Trop and watch them play in the dumpster in St. Pete. There are a few. No doubt. There's a few. There's a few fans. Not many, but there's a few.
A few.
Fact.
2 words.
Fact. Okay, so here we go. Tampa Bay Lightning. All right, let's do it.
Let's do this.
What do you guys think of the 23-man roster?
I love it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think JBB is a master planner. I did not say master baiter. I said master planner. Okay, just for the record. This man has created.
Careful, lucky we're not on FCC right now.
Hey, I grew up listening to some of the best DJs in the world on radio. Mr. Howard Stern. Okay, he got away with it.
Hey,
He's still on the radio too.
yes, he is.
He's iconic in New York, where I was born. Howard Stern is a god in New York, and he is an awesome, awesome radio personality that I grew up with. Okay, so again, Byron's going to be here, and he's going to be doing the Tuesday night shows, which is awesome. Jeff's going to be doing the Sunday shows. Jeff did an outstanding job. He's got a lot of talent, a lot of sports knowledge. Unfortunately, again, his only really bump in the road is the Tampa Bay Rays, of course. But I think he's really, really good. And he also is the first member of the month for October.
Yep.
So congratulations, Jeff Schneider, our co-host for the Sunday show. And it was Mr. Schneider that also has given his man cave to the future broadcasting of the Tampa Bay Thunderstrikers.
Which I have yet to see, which I'm dying to see.
Oh, we haven't seen the man cave yet either.
No.
We just know that he has given us to become a recording studio in his man cave. So we'll have some place to broadcast out of other than here. And there's another radio station that we might be working for soon, and that's in Clearwater. And we just researched it. We found out where they are and what they do and everything. There's 3 Tampa Bay, teams in there, right?
Yep.
There's the Lightning. There's the
Rays.
Pathetic
and the
Rays.
Bolts.
The Pathetic Rays. And the Tampa Bay Bucks, who aren't that good either. So, who my team beat in the first.
That's because we had bad kicking.
That's because
and bad defense at the time.
That's because here come the excuses again. Face it, man. Jones threw a gem, and then again last weekend he did it again. The Giants are now 2-2, and I really think that now Marsha Brady and the Patriots need to take notice of the New York Giants. I think Marsha Brady and the New England Patriots need to take notice because not every team sucks. They're beating a lot of crappy teams. I'm not impressed.
I've never been impressed with New England. Never will be. Tom Brady is overrated.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I do got to give him credit for what he keeps throwing in there with all these wide receivers. You don't even know any of them hardly.
Mm-hmm.
Forget Antonio Brown. Don't get started on him, but
we won't go there.
But
with that.
Other than that, I mean, give the man at least. I give him props for what he's been doing with his wide receiving core, even though they are, not playing nobody, but still.
Yes, true. We're gonna give it to Devin here for a roll call of the chat room, and then we're gonna come back.
We had John McAmee, Valerie Lynch, Nick Prosky, Susan K. Herring, Sean Matthew Cummings, and Paul Wiener. I think I said that
Paul
right.
Wiener! Yeah, what an excellent man Paul is. He is a comic, and he is great at what he does. He kicked ass last time he was at Snappers, and I wish he'd come here. Paul, you need to come back to Tampa Bay. I can't believe Cam Bertland's going to be here this weekend.
I can't either.
Cam rocks.
He does.
I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
So we're going to announce the 23-man roster, and we're going to do little comments on some of these guys.
Did you want to do that word of the day before you get into that?
That's a good
Do you want to?
Yes.
All right, then let's do this.
The word of the day is shutout. Again, shut out.
Andre Vasilevsky shut out the competition.
Like he always does on a normal basis.
I mean, that battle goal in the shootout, I mean, Andre Vasilevsky is the best. But I tell you what, Brodowski is pretty damn close.
Yeah, he is. It's tough. I mean, we got very talented goalies here. I mean, give credit to Yzerman. I know fans are upset that he left, but you got to realize, fans, he left because he wanted to be with his family. That's most important.
And not only that, you got to remember, too, that JBB had experience well before Yzerman in front office positions. So JBB and Steve worked together hand in hand on a lot of different things with the Lightning. And JBB also handled payrolls and salary caps and everything. He did a lot under Yzerman, and he was even more experienced than Steve was when it came to administration. So this was pre-planned by Steve to make sure that JBB had full control when he left.
True, but these fans, though, that I've heard these fans.
Yes.
I've heard on the radio. I've heard on TV.
Yeah.
Hating on Yzerman because he wanted to go back to Detroit with his family.
Yes.
What do you want from the man? He's a family man. His wife and kids are up there. His kid is graduating from college this year, I believe, is the main reason why he went up there to see that. He just wants to be up there more.
Stop judging the man. Stop judging
him.
And then they tried to say that it's Yzerman's fault that the Lightning are in this salary cap problem.
Right, and it's not.
What are you guys, morons?
It's not.
What the hell's the matter with you?
we got to figure out what we're going to do with the rest of the roster.
I love the Lightning. I love the fans. But when idiots don't know what the hell they're talking about and say Yzerman this and Yzerman didn't do this and Yzerman didn't do that, they're the same fans that wanted Cooper's head last year.
Correct. I remember those fans too. After the first round when we got booted by our former coach.
Yeah.
Yep. I heard all the chatter.
Oh,
I heard it. It was brutal.
It goes before that. It goes well before that.
Yeah, but it went even more as soon as that first round knockout. So of a clean sweep.
And the reason why I am saying this, that it was before that, if you guys remember, if you're true Blue Lightning fans and you follow this team, I don't expect you to be a broadcast journalist like I am, or be somebody that carries around 500 pages of stats, facts, and info like I got. This man, John Cooper, came off an amazing year with those wins, with everything that went on.
Mm-hmm.
He deserved that contract.
Yes, he did.
He deserved that freaking contract that he got.
And to think, this guy was a lawyer. He was never in the league at all coming in.
Yeah.
When we first got him.
Yeah.
To think what he's been doing, and he's not even a former coach, former player, etc. What he's doing with this team is beyond incredible. Taking us to the playoffs every year since he's been coach.
So the Lightning choked, and everybody wanted Cooper's head on a damn platter. Forget about what he did during the year. Forget about those wins. Forget about everything that happened. They just wanted him gone. That's not going to happen. Not going to happen, and thank God it never did, because JBB wanted Cooper back, just like Yzerman. They are loyal to who they hire. And they gave him a contract that he deserved.
And thank you, Vanek, too. Because Vanek, you could have done the same thing. You could have gotten rid of Cooper. You could have listened to the fans. You could have did this and that.
Not every fan.
But I'm glad, too, you also listened and did not decide to get rid of Cooper. Because honestly, who else would we get? Who else is out there? Tell me. Who else is out there?
I'd like to know myself who's going to do a better job. John Cooper's got an amazing record. And, some say he's a little soft, that he doesn't blow up on his players and everything, that he's too soft and everything.
But players love that.
Really?
Players love that nowadays. That's what these players love. If you look at any other sport, that's what these players enjoy. They don't want to get chewed out. They want to be treated as men. They don't want to be chewed out. Mm-hmm. This isn't minors. This isn't high school. This isn't growing up in the little leagues or whatever.
Yeah.
There are grown men. They want to be treated like grown men.
That's right. So Cooper's with us. Get over it. He's going to be the coach the next couple of years. Deal with that.
And from now on, too, he's going to be our coach for life if he keeps winning the way he does.
Exactly. And this year's Cup or bust. They got the team. They definitely should win the Cup. Whether they will or not, let's wait and see. But I like this roster. I love what they did. If one more person tells me their defense sucks, I am going to block them, because I'm sick and tired of hearing about how our defense sucks.
That's all I heard last year, too.
Last year. Yep. We have a new defense.
We do.
And we will cover that. We're going to cover that, because this year's defense is going to kick ass. I'm telling you right now.
I believe it, true.
Yeah.
I believe it.
I'm going to expand on this word of the night. The rules are very simple. You get 5 points, and you get entered in for a lightning puck. Okay? It's simple as that. I'll get it signed. Yeah, I'll get it signed.
Because that's what our fans would love, I think.
Okay, well,
if you got it signed.
Are you the chairperson for the fans?
I guess so.
Yeah. I think I could speak for every fan that we have. I think they would like it if it was autographed.
Do I have the ability to get the players to sign pucks? I do believe I do.
Believe you do.
I do believe that I got over 200 jerseys in my storage.
Exactly.
I do believe that I got Lightning memorabilia going back to the first years in the 90s. I got a lot of stuff. Okay, not to brag, not to boast, but I like butter on my toast. And I love the Lightning. So there you go.
How about next time we do a jersey?
Okay, as long as you pay for the jersey, that's fine.
Yeah, there you go. Make him pay since he suggested it.
Why, thank you guys.
Yeah. 5 points and a lightning puck signed. Okay? So it enters you in the contest. All you got to do is type in the chat room, when you hear the word of the day, which we already said. So, hopefully you guys were listening for the word of the day. When you hear that code word, just go ahead and type it in the chat room, and our producer will see it. And thankfully, he's wearing his glasses, so he will see it.
I have faith in him.
We all have glasses
I have faith.
here.
We all have glasses.
This team here, Tampa Bay Thunderstrikers Live, we all are blind, so we have glasses.
The best 6 eyes around here.
That's right. Okay, so that does it with the word of the night. Let's go to shout-outs. Going to give a couple of shout-outs. Chris Viola, we want you here. Let's do a show. Our Place and Greg Smeeter, thank you so much for the help with the toy drive. We're going to roll with that. Nico Lemela, of course, Gino's Pizza and Ruben, you guys rule. We covered the 2 deaths in the family. The Lightning fans, Beth Hunt, we lost her. She was a huge fan of the Tampa Bay Lightning, so our condolences and prayers and thoughts for her family. And also John Swan, same thing with Sticks of Fire. I knew him. I was friends with him. I got on a John Swan. Well, I don't have it with me right now, but I do have a John Swan shirt, and I do have a Swan Song bracelet on right now to dedicate to him. I hope Sticks of Fire is going to have some kind of ceremony for him coming into the season. Also, I got to do a quick thing for the Lightning. The 19th annual Bolts Run is Sunday, October 27th at 7:30. The first race is 7:30 a.m. And go online and go to TampaBayLightning.com/BoltRun for more information about that. So I covered that too.
And if you follow their Twitter, I saw Vassy catching a nice bass.
Yes.
They were out there.
Picture,
they were out there today.
Yes, exactly. Somebody asked me about Luke Shen. The answer to that question is Luke Shen cleared waivers. He will now be assigned to the Syracuse Crunch. Another genius move by the management. And you're asking me, why did we cut Shen? Why did we put him on waivers? Your answer is, and I'm going to answer this, so pay attention. The reason why we put him on waivers is because right now, currently, we have 8 defensemen. Okay? With those 8 defensemen that we have, and I'm going to tell you who they are, who made the team on the 23-man roster, so pay attention. Hetty, Sergachev, McDonough, Cernak, Coburn, Shattenkirk, Ruda. There's your 7 defensemen. We don't need an 8th defenseman.
Talk about lights out defenseman right there.
Why do you need an 8th defenseman when you have Luke Witkowski, who is starting the season on the forward lines? And if need be, he can play defense as well.
I know. I gotta say, I'm really pleased that they called him up this season to begin the season with.
Well, Luke Witkowski signed, and he signed real cheap, and the Lightning are so happy to have him back in the organization, and he deserves some recognition because Luke has been here before. He loves Tampa Bay and everything, and he also adds to the toughness. Now, this is something that's very important to me, toughness. They haven't had the toughness as much, and now you're going to have a lot of toughness.
I think so, especially with the 2 guys that we picked up this offseason, and Shattenkirk from the Rangers and Marone from the Stanley Cup.
Oh, Pat Marone
Pat Marone is amazing.
Addition.
Amazing. He was key component in the St. Louis Blues winning the Stanley Cup last year. With him,
yes,
we're going to go places this year.
These guys can fight. These guys are dangerous. People fear these guys. We have a defensive core that is tough, and we will be a lot better this year with our defensemen. So there you go. 7 defensemen, 2 goalies, as everybody knows, Vassy and McKinley. McKinley, hell of a job on that one exhibition game. He looked really, really good.
Did.
Very impressive. He's the type of guy that can take, not playing for a little while and come back and do a great job for us. Also, what Witkowski offers the Lightning is instead of going 8, we go 7, and then we go 14 forwards, which enables us to get more depth. This is genius. Sending him back to the Crunch was a great idea. We waived him. We took a chance. Luke Shen did not get picked. So he passed through waivers. He's now on the Crunch. If we need him, he's available. If we need a certain goaltender named Louis Domingue,
he's right there.
He's right there on the Crunch as well, because God forbid something happened to one of our 2 goalies. We didn't get rid of him yet.
Right.
And we wanted to keep Louis, but Louis wanted to be a full-time goaltender.
He wanted to be a full-time starter.
So we wanted to give him the chance.
He wasn't going to get that here with Bassey.
He was never going to get to be a full-time goaltender here in Tampa, and nobody claimed him. So he's down on the Crunch just in case. Another genius move. Don't you guys understand how it works when these rosters are put together, the 23-man rosters put together, and you look and see what you can do, what you can cut? We're in a cap situation, brother. $81.5 million payroll. Guess what? We have $74 million on the books for 14 players.
What I don't understand about, I know we have the best ownership, but
we do.
As you said earlier, though, I mean, we're putting in a lot of money for our best guys. So where are we going to get all this money for the players to keep the ones that want to stay here? The money. How are we going to manage to get them signed?
Well, I have the answer to that. We are at $81.5 million, correct?
Correct.
The salary cap goes up maybe 83, 84, 85 million next year. The draft, we're going to lose a player. That's going to be payroll off, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Then we have several guys that are going to be eligible for restricted free agents next year. And we'll have to adhere to that. So I'm going to cover that in a little bit. I just wanted to point out the Seti Parquet incident while I'm thinking about it. Seti Parquet got a dirty, cheap hit from Riley Stillman.
And unfortunately, he won't be suspended because his butt got called down to the minors.
Yes, they demoted him. They demoted him.
Because that was a cheap hit.
Yes,
I don't care what anybody says.
Yes,
that was cheap. That was Bontes Perfect, or whatever his name is. I don't want to speak his name because he should not even be playing in the NFL. But that was like that level kind of hit, uncalled for.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it's just unacceptable. And by the way, Danik Martel also did not get claimed, so he's down there as well. But Cedric Paquette, we can't confirm that it's a broken wrist. We've heard some stories, some information about it being a broken wrist, but we at the Tampa Bay Thunderstrikers Live, we don't speculate, so we don't know for sure if it's a broken wrist or not. But he is going to be out a couple of games. That much we know, and it's unfortunate. But the Lightning are going to keep him on the roster on the 23-man, as well as Paquette. He's going to still be on the 23-man, and we'll just have to wait and see when they make the announcement if they chose to, because they haven't yet, about Seti and the broken wrist, if in fact that's true.
And on to that, to another one of our injured players. I do think, though, we need to take it easy with Point. We don't need him early on in the season. We need him fully healthy and key, because he's one of our key players that we need for the playoffs.
Yes.
And we need him fully healthy, and we can't allow him getting hurt again. I get that he just got off the red jersey, and he's moving smoothly, as to what Cooper has said. But I think we just need to hold off on him for a bit and make sure he's completely 100% before we put him in there.
I agree. Because now they're speculating that maybe Braden comes back in the second week instead of the end of the month. They're speculating that he's going to be okay to come back sooner. But I wouldn't risk anything with him. We're going to be fine. I agree with you. I agree with you. We shouldn't rush him back. He's too good of a player.
That injury he's had is not nothing to mess with, and we need that to be fully healed.
Okay, well, I'm going to leave it to my producer right now because we've reached a magical moment.
Yep, we have. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This is your Tampa Bay Thunderstrikers show live from the WZIG 104.1 FM radio booth here in scenic Palm Harbor.
Scenic.
Yep,
Scenic.
And I'm going to go over who joined us in the last time since the beginning of the show. We have Matt Breyer.
Matt Brower.
Yeah.
My best friend. One of my best friends.
Andrew Miller.
Andrew Miller, Sticks of Fire.
Jonathan Tiffins, one of my friends.
There you go. Didn't register in my
Kathy Keen Garin. Jan Spencer. And Linda Murphy all joined us.
Linda Murphy. Hello, Linda. My little friend from upstate New York. How you doing? Linda Murphy kicks butt. I like Linda Murphy. She's a Lightning fan. That makes it even better. I love it. I also have a friend named Tiffany Brown, who's also upstate New York and a very good friend of mine as well. I have so many friends, but
You do.
I love those Lightning fans, and I thank them every week that they watch the shows. They're so awesome, except for the ones that are like really, really ridiculous and they don't know what they're talking about, or they want to confront me on stupid issues. Give it a rest, please. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about.
So for these new fans tuning in, what can you tell me, including myself? I'd like to know more about this Carter Vahey that's debuting tomorrow night. This is the first time I've heard of him.
Mhm.
Can you please enlighten us about him and tell us more about him for the folks out there that don't, like me?
Yeah, well, that's good. Well, I could talk about Carter Vanderway because I got enough stuff on him to last a whole show, but I'm really not going to get into that right now because there's so much other stuff that I got here. It's just really crazy. We have a reputation of, I think I covered this, we have a reputation of giving out bridge deals, and nobody is too good for a bridge deal when it comes to the Tampa Bay Lightning because all these guys get what they deserve, and it may not be their first or second year. They may have to wait and sign a bridge deal for 3 years, and then they earn that big, lucrative 8-year deal. In most cases, a lot of these guys got 8-year deals.
Yep.
And JBB is the master because he managed to sign all these guys and still brought in a Shattenkirk and still brought in a Pat Maroon. This is genius.
Granted, all 1-year deals, but they're going to work well for us.
It doesn't matter that it's 1-year deal.
So just have faith in them.
Yeah. Don't question the system. These guys know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. With the Luke Shen thing, it was genius. We'll go ahead and, we'll put them on waivers. If nobody claims them, then we're going to keep them on the crunch just in case somebody gets hurt. We have them available. Same thing with Louis Domingue. He's down there. We can recall him. Boom. It's that simple. Just going to make it clear that I think Alex Killorn is my favorite to be gone after the season.
Yep, another one of my favorites.
Starting in 2021, he submits a 16 teams list that he can be traded to, and he's eligible. They can trade him without having to go through a lot of procedures.
Yep.
Same thing with Tyler Johnson in 21. He has a full no trade clause that turns into a modified clause with a list of 20 teams that he can't be traded to.
No matter how much I would like to keep those guys, I just don't think we can. I think they want to have their money.
Absolutely
I think they want their money.
Way.
And we can't give them to it. We're already putting in enough money with our top guys. We can't afford them.
There's absolutely no way that we're going to be able to just keep this going.
So fans, I know you're devastated, but we gotta let some people go. Unfortunately, that's just how it works.
He pointed out next June it will become a limited no trade clause for Alex Killorn, and that's when he's going to get dealt. I really feel that that's something that's got to happen in order to make up some of the money, because I'm going to tell you right now, if you guys want to know who the 2020 restricted free agents are, it's going to be Cernak, it's going to be Sergachev, it's going to be Cirelli, and it's going to be Joseph.
Oh, and that's going to be devastating if we lose Sergachev. That's be devastating to us.
I mean, you look at that list. I don't want Cernak to go anywhere either because he's one tough guy.
He is.
And he's proven that he needs to be here. We can't get rid of Cirelli because Cirelli is a scoring machine. He is talented. Joseph, I mean, if these guys take lower contracts and work with us, then maybe, we can keep a few of them. But, somebody's going to go. Somebody's going to go, and it's going to be a trade.
And another kudos move to Yzerman, seriously, for Sergachev.
Mhm.
That trade was a bust for our rivals, the Canadians, and thank God it was.
Oh, my God. Crimea River, Canada.
Thank God. Thank God you guys pulled that trade off.
They absolutely
They got
hate
snubbed.
him.
They got snubbed.
They absolutely hate Jonathan Drouin right now.
Mhm.
They want to burn in effigy. They want to burn that jersey. They just don't want him on the team anymore. He's got that attitude that we all knew.
That we all knew he had.
I don't think we said anything. We didn't say anything. We just said, hey, can we have Sergachev, and you guys just take away our problem child.
Take away our problem child, the one that wanted more money,
Mm-hmm.
and we wouldn't give it to him because we knew of his problems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just a blessing that we were able to do what we did. And I'm gonna do a quickie on Carter Vergaway.
Please do.
A tough element with Vergaway. He'd have to clear waivers to get sent back down, which he didn't. Vandeweghe and Barlett could come get more action this weekend. It doesn't say too much on him on this particular thing. I thought I was looking at, something that's not here. So we'll hit that up next week. We'll do a complete set. I just didn't have the time right now because I have so much stuff right now. But I'm really happy that he made it. He's one of the most impressive guys in the camp, and he made the team. And, this is great that, we're able to access all this information and everything in only an hour that we have, because I have an encyclopedia full of crap.
You could talk
That is
all
true.
night.
He does. He does. He has a buttload of things about everything you need to know.
And
We
more.
just can't go over it in a full hour.
Yeah, I mean, during the season, we can have player profiles, which is something that I like to do. I like to do player profiles on the players, which means that we go into great detail about their, who they are and what they do and their history and how they signed and everything. So I like to do player profiles. So that might take up a little more time. So what? I don't care. It's an hour show, but it doesn't have to be an hour show. I am under no time restriction. I have not been told that, you need to get off or you need to get out. Last weekend's show was like 5 or 10 minutes over. That's okay. My producer kept on saying, okay, it's 8 o'clock. Okay, it's 8 o'clock. No, I don't care if it's 8 o'clock. I don't care if it's 8:15. I don't care if it's 8:30. We're going to keep on doing what we do. We need to get the word out. We need to educate some of these people, because some of the Lightning fans are just, I don't know what they're thinking.
So I've been wondering around this time on NHL, since I watch NHL TV. I'm sure like you guys do. I don't know if you guys
Yep.
are not.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's throwing in their prediction for the year.
Yes.
So who do you guys think is going to win the Stanley Cup this year, and who do you think is going to be in it this year? But I'm not. Don't be biased. Now I'm not going to be biased.
Devin, tell them what's going to happen.
The Lightning are going to win the Stanley Cup.
I second that.
I second that too. Sorry.
You thirds it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's unanimous. And we're not trying to jinx the team or anything, but it's reality. It's having the hockey smarts. It's being able to know that the Tampa Bay Lightning, it's theirs to win. It's there.
It
It's
is
there
theirs to win.
for them. Last year it was there for them, and we just dropped the ball. We just couldn't get it done. No excuse.
No excuse.
That's last year. Damn it. This year, one of the reasons. Let me tell you something. Last year, there's the New York Italian in me. Let me tell you something. Last year, our defense sucked.
Literally.
We did not have a Shattenkirk. We did not have a Maroon. Okay? We didn't have Wiskowski. We didn't have that versatility. We didn't have that depth.
We had a
This year-
declining Callahan.
Well, yeah, Ryan. I love Ryan.
Unfortunately,
it was
for
time for him
his
to go.
scennario, yeah.
And you know
I
what?
feel
He
bad
did.
for
He did
him.
us a favor, and that salary cap really, really helped when we took him off
did.
the books.
It did. It helped.
So
in
God
that
bless
regard.
Ryan Callahan. I
I
still
wish
give
him
to
the
his
best.
foundation. I still give to.
I wish him the best.
I'll always give to his foundation. That's one of the best
But
out
I
there.
also see now he's got a gig on NHL TV.
He does. He does,
Did you
and
see
I'm
that
happy
too?
for him. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
I'm very happy, and I can't wait to hear what he has to say
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
when he's calling games.
Did you see my dedication to Dan Girardi last week?
I did see that. Yes.
We did a dedication to Dan Girardi.
Another player that I'm glad he
Came off the books.
Yep, I'm glad he came off the books. We make room. I hate to see him go. He was a good player, but he's just another one that felt like it was time to retire, and it was. I mean, he's been playing for years. I love him for what he's done off the ice. Also, what he's done on the ice. I followed him most of his career. Very good player.
Okay, I'm gonna say something. How many times did you see Dan Girardi act like Superman and block?
Exactly. That was going to be my next point.
Shots.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
He blocked shots, and you know what? Andre Vasilevsky, he shut him out.
Yes.
Shut out.
Yep.
Shut out.
At least every single shot you saw Girardi getting his chest down in there to block
He
it.
helped Andre Vasilevsky with the shutouts.
Yes, he did.
Shutout.
I wonder what that word
Woman.
is.
Did I say shutout?
Yeah, what is that?
I think so.
I smell that word somewhere. Did we say that before?
If you smell, that's coming up too. Rock's going to be there this weekend.
Yeah.
It's funny. We were
So
talking
is
about the Rock.
So is Stone Cold.
Stone Cold, yeah. Well, Stone Cold's already been with them for a while, but Rock is coming back.
Home.
Finally.
Home.
Yeah, Friday night SmackDown.
You know that the best video of all was when he was busting on, who was that manager, that girl there, the heavyset girl?
Wait, was it
Guerrero.
No.
Yeah, it was Guerrero.
It was
it
Vicky
Guerrero?
Guerrero.
Yeah.
It was Vicky Guerrero. He was singing a song to Vicky, and she was crying.
I
Because he was getting mad.
I thought more of his skits with Stephanie McMahon was funnier.
That was good too.
Yeah.
In the WWF days.
Yeah, how could you not like The Rock?
I don't know.
My sister loves The Rock. She wants to marry him.
I know a few people that want to marry him.
Okay, so the word was shutout. So get a stepping, folks, because I needed to get that out there. Okay, now what am I doing? I'm trying to find folder number 4. No, that's not it. I got so much stuff. You can do a roll call while I'm looking for what I got next.
All right, let me get in here real quick. We had just a couple people here. David Pistelli had joined us, and that was it.
Yeah, because that room looks really, really full with all those names.
Yeah, we actually covered all of them except for David.
Okay.
Here, which just joined right after I did the roll call.
Okay, we're going to update here. The rosters were due to the league at 5 p.m. today. So, obviously all the teams are done with their 23-man rosters. Today was the deadline at 5 p.m. on Tuesday, so that is done. Cooper did not rule out Hedman and Johnson for Thursday's opener. So we'll see about that. News on Paquette, obviously, it's going to be a while. It'll be a couple of games for him, especially
depending on his seriousness. If
it
it's a broken
depends.
wrist, I say 4 to 6 weeks.
Well, we shall see. Maybe it's not broken because
Let's hope.
Still haven't heard anything. In case everybody's wondering, I think there was one person that asked about Alex Volkov. Alex Volkov was sick. He was listed as conditioning body maintenance for the 2 games that he lost, that he didn't play. But he's been sick. So the crunch opened up on Friday. There is no word yet on whether he will start for them on Friday, but Volkov's going to be back. He's going to be back because he really earned his spot.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
This team has got so much depth on it that Volkov, it's going to be maybe a little while before he gets on the roster. But kudos to him because he really, really looked good. He really did. I was impressed with him. And he impressed and just like Vanderway did. So we don't know if we'll see him, when we'll see him, but we're going to see him because Volkov is amazing. Okay, now I'm going to cover Braden Point and some things that maybe people don't know. Braden Point, obviously, he's 23 years old, and he's multi-talented. We all love Braden Point. I'm going to start wearing his jersey again because I was worried.
I have his jersey. I have the black one I got last year.
Yeah. I was a little concerned whether or not he was coming back or not because of the bridge deal was far apart there on that Friday.
I was really worried.
Remember on that Friday before he signed over the weekend, that Friday they were $1 million off or $2 million off, whatever it was. And, it wasn't looking good. And then all of a sudden they got it done and everything. So, we all love Braden Point and we're glad he's back. But if you didn't know the seriousness of what his injury was, I'm going to cover it right now because he had, labral tears in both hips.
Ooh, and that's a tough injury to come back from. That can end an NHL career.
He had labral tears in both his hips and they were repaired in May.
Ooh.
And, he was undergoing a tremendous amount of pain. And, he was talking to some of the guys that went through that. Ryan Callahan went through that. Yanni Gourde have gone through similar surgeries in recent years. Ben Thomas as well. The scary part was that, Braden Point went through it last year while he was playing and stuff. And he had just an amazing year. And, you knew that Braden Point was coming back.
And give him credit. Didn't he play through that all year hurt, pretty much?
Yeah.
I mean, talk about toughness.
According to this, it says labral tears are common among hockey players, especially due to forceful and receptive nature of the hip flexon while skating. Skating is an unnatural movement for the body, said Thomas. The labrum is a cartridge structure that runs along the rib socket. It provides cushion and flexibility to help the hip joint. Tears can be caused by singular hits or more typically receptive motions and wear and tear. Your hip will click, pop, or lock up. There's a sharp pain when bending or rotating. Point said that they noticed a tear in the second year in the league, 2017-2018, when he scored 32 goals and played in all 82 games.
And you said who were the other ones that had this injury?
Ryan Callahan had it, and Ben Thomas had it.
So basically, it's the
Yanni Gourde too.
It's basically almost the end of hockey players if they're not careful. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah, that could really do some really major damage, and that's why these guys, went through their surgeries. And it is, unfortunately, it's very common in hockey players, according to this article. So, we're just glad that Braden's back, and he has the support of these guys that went through what he's going through, and just give him credit, man, because these guys, especially Ryan Callahan, he's been all through his career hurt.
Yeah, that's the sad part. I mean, that's the sad part with him. Very talented player, very talented. I think if he didn't get hurt as much as he did, he'd be Hall of Fame worthy.
Mm-hmm.
But because he's been hurt a lot, I don't think he's going to get into the Hall of Fame. And I hate to say that about him, but Hall of Fame now is basically all stats and figures and numbers. They don't care if you get hurt or not anymore.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, he's not getting in.
There's so many stories about some of these players, like Carter Vertaway made his NHL roster and will debut Thursday against the Panthers. It was a dream come true for him, who led the AHL in goals last season with 34. and he spent a couple of seasons and stints in the ECHL just 3 years ago. His locker is between those of Steven Stamkos and Pat Maroon. What company to have?
I know, right? What company? Yeah.
Yeah.
Stamkos and Marone.
Vanderway got
Wow.
the news on Sunday that he made the team. And
Let's throw a party.
Yeah. Yeah, this is all really good stuff by our friend Joe Smith, a Lightning iconic writer.
Can we pop the champagne now?
I'll tell you what, we just got to hope for the best. And the thing is that you don't want to think about anything but winning games and take one game at a time. The expectations are there. Everybody gives us so many, the Lightning, they're going to be the greatest of all time. They're going to win everything.
And that's what I hate about the national media. They overhype.
Yeah.
Overhype. I mean, look what's happening in a different sport right now with the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, yeah, they're very hyped. Yep.
Overhyped.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to say it, but with the national media, that's all they're giving us. They're giving us overhyped, and that's going to make the national fans honestly don't like us. That's why I don't think they follow us like the loyal fans down here do, because the way the Nationals hyping up with how we fail in the playoffs every year, all the negativity with the players.
Yeah.
I mean, with John Cooper himself, all that talk that gets on these national fan bases.
Right.
So.
And I don't think it's ever going to change.
No,
because
it's not.
Because the Lightning just are so good, and the expectation is so great. The management keeps on bringing our best players. They secure them. They want to keep winning. But the ultimate goal is the Stanley Cup. It's okay that you win so many every year, but it's not acceptable.
Right.
It's okay, but it's not acceptable because the Stanley Cup is our goal ultimately, and we need to capitalize on it. We do have the best team in hockey. We need to prove it. We need to go there.
We got the best talent in hockey.
Yeah, best goalie.
All of our lines can. These teams in the NHL can't even compare with the lines that we've got. You look at all these other lines in the NHL. Yeah. All of them, they do not compare talent-wise to us. We got the best lines in the NHL.
And for all those people that keep on doubting us about our defense, don't even judge it from last year, because now we have a new and improved defense with some bigger guys, and we have toughness. We got guys that can fight. Wiskowski is one of them. So, they're going to have to go through Maroon. They're going to have to go through, these guys are fighters. They know how to fight.
Yep.
We got toughness.
That's all they've been doing.
Yeah, we got the toughness now. We're going to be really, really good.
And this is why the other teams in the NHL hate us.
Well, the Lightning are the Yankees of hockey.
Yes, they are.
Everybody fears the Yankees. Each and every year, the Yankees are always the favorites.
And do you remember once upon a time when that used to be the Boston Bruins, believe it or not? Mm-hmm. That was the most hated team in hockey. And then we started getting good with all the talent. And now we're the hated team.
Don't forget the Penguins and Cindy Crosby.
No. The
crybaby himself.
Yeah, the crybaby himself is correct.
Uh-huh. Yep. No, we can talk about that all day long too, about Cindy Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins, but they're not as good anymore. And,
nope. And neither are the Bruins.
We are the team.
Char is on his downslide. He's close to retirement.
Yep.
You got the Rat.
Yeah, I'm no Rat fan, that's for sure.
Get him out. Get him out. We need a mousetrap for him.
Seriously.
Yep.
Yeah.
Licking players? Oh, God.
Yeah, Callahan got on Callahan's nerves there.
It would anybody. How do you do that? How do you think that's even funny?
It's not funny, and
it's sick.
Maybe to a Boston fan.
Yeah,
but,
it's sick.
Yeah. Well,
only Boston fans would love that, right? Because it's a player.
So, any other questions? We're running out of time here, but time doesn't matter too much on my end. So, if you have a question, let us know. We always try to answer the questions. That's the way we roll. It's been a great show and a great debut by Mr. Byron there. And as you know, I usually give the floor to, my producer and my co-host so they can say something and close out. Well, I'll close out the show, but I always have everybody, say some words and everything before we go off the air. So we're going to start with my producer. Go ahead, and this is what I call Devin's final thought.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Make sure you go subscribe to the YouTube channel.
There you go.
We appreciate it. Let's go Bolts. Let's bring the Thunder Thursday night, which, of course, me and Joe will be there, and many others.
Of course I'll be there.
Unfortunately, I can't. No money. Bills.
It's called Sold
Bills.
Out. Sold Out. Sold Out Arena. We are over 200 straight sellouts. This is not going to be any different. This year's not going to be any different. We are going to sell out that damn arena each and every game.
Yes, we are. I can guarantee you that. Bank on it.
Go ahead and finish your final thought there, producer.
Hope you have a good week, good evening, and thanks for watching.
Okay, my new co-host, we're going to give him the floor now to give you his final thoughts.
All right. My final thought is I'd like to say I just found out. I didn't know. Rick Peckham is retiring after this year. He's announced it. After what you say, 24 years with us?
24 years as Lightning play-by-play and 42 seasons as
overall, right?
In the business. In the business.
I hate to see him go, but I like who we got coming up. Possibly maybe Dave Mishkin, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But, I mean, I hate to see him go, but he has, I mean, if he wants to call it quits,
he said, and I quote,
that way.
"When I turn 65, I will be retired." He will stay in Florida. He wants to spend time with his two sons. So he turned 65 in late March of 2020. And yes, 24 seasons as play-by-play announcer, 42 seasons in all. He's decided to retire, and amazing. Somebody give me an amen. This guy is incredible. He's
Amen.
iconic. He's
Amen.
iconic. We're definitely going to miss him on the play-by-plays, but, there comes a time in every man's life when you have to retire.
Dwayne Stats is on the way, I think, too.
There's a lot of people that, are going to, call it quits after a while. So I'll let you go on with your message.
My message is Bolts up. Still one from the Rays. Beat a Thunder.
Don't jinx us now.
Yeah, really.
Never. I don't want to do that. Never to our Bolts. But, yeah, just beat the Thunder. Go out to the games. Support them. I wish we could say the same for the Rays, but it is what it is. And let's win this cup this year. We need it. We need to win. We got the best team in hockey and for years. So get out there and support our Bolts.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more, Mr. Co-host. And welcome to the show. And we're going to get bigger. We're going to get better. We're going to get a bigger radio room. We're going to do everything we can to grow and be the Thunder in a different way here in Pinellas County, Palm Harbor, Florida, Snapper's Grill, and soon to be the man cave in Jeff's basement.
And thank you guys again. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad you found me. This is my first time ever on the radio.
Yeah, I have the ability to find talented people.
Thank you for that. And I'm continuing, of course, like I told you, I'm still going to continue my school and get that done.
Absolutely.
But I'm glad you gave me this for future endeavors along my career.
Yeah, eventually you're going to be, on the radio, and you're going to be doing your show, hosting your own shows and everything. Just don't forget about us.
Yeah,
never.
Really.
Why would I? You guys are the first ones to give me my first opportunity. I will never forget that. I'm truly indebted.
Yeah, and Devin's, first year in producing and everything. He enjoys what he does and everything, and it's easy when, you have a good crew and you got a loyalty, and, all of us are committed to, researching the team, giving out facts and stats, and that's Those are my favorite words because I'm all about that. So we want to thank you for watching tonight. Tonight's been a great show. You're going to see this each and every week. You're going to see it on Sunday night. You're going to see it on Tuesday night. Eventually, you're going to see it another night. I don't know what night we're going to be on the other station in Clearwater, but we'll certainly let you know. So for my producer, Devin Stofford, and my new friend and co-host, Byron, I am Joe D'Angelo, Tampa Bay Thunderstrikers live host, and join us Sunday because we'll have a kick-ass show again. Jeff's going to be here at Casa Thunderstrikers. Only a few more shows at Casa Thunderstrikers, and then we're going to move into the the Jeffrey
Man,
Which I really want to see this man cave.
maybe we'll have him on a couple times.
Yeah. So we'll see.
I'd appreciate that.
We'll see how
I would love that.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's restricted to not show up. I
Yeah.
mean, these are days when, if you can make a show when you on a night that you're co-hosting on Tuesday nights, but who's to say you can't make a Sunday night or you can't make a Clearwater night when we get into the other station. So
Correct.
Sky's the limit. I know I'll be here every show unless I'm on vacation.
Yep, which we got coming up.
Yeah, vacation's coming up, and I'm going to talk to Jeff. Maybe, I thought maybe that Jeff might want to do a show while we're out of town.
Maybe.
He could. He possibly could do a show.
Yeah.
He's got the talent. Former radio guy in North Carolina, you said.
Yeah,
He's got the talent.
He's got talent. He had radio experience. When I talked to him, he told me about his radio experience in North Carolina. Boy. So, so it's always possible. But we want to thank you for watching tonight, and we'll be back on Sunday. So join us at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday night with me and Devin and Jeff. And who knows, maybe Rapid Ron will show up.
Maybe.
All right, we're wanting Rapid Ron on. You think I'm a bad mouth. You think I'm a motor mouth. Ronnie is
Worse.
I don't know about. Well, yeah, maybe.
A little bit.
He's got anger management issues.
Yeah, he does.
harder than I do.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Is that hard? That's hard to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He does.
you'll have to see him
From this
yourself.
fellow New Yorker over here.
Yeah, Ronnie is a New Yorker too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that works out too, I guess.
And it's funny. I I had one of my staff members today. He was talking about the president. I don't get into politics or anything. He's talking about
Neither
the
do I.
president, and he turned around and he said, "Oh, that Trump's a loudmouth, but it's typical New Yorker." I'm like, "Wow, really? Okay, well, thank you for
Did
the
you want to slap him
endorsement.
silly?
Thank you for the endorsement." Yeah, I'm a loudmouth. I'm a big mouth. I'm the New Yorker. Yeah, so what?
Did you want to
You
slap
know?
him silly afterwards?
No, not really,
or
because
or congratulate him.
maybe congratulate
Take
him
a bow.
because maybe he's full of envy. Maybe he admires that. Maybe he's just a soft-spoken guy
Or
like
maybe
that.
he's jealous of you,
And he could be jealous too.
Yeah.
He could be very well. That's very, very
like your roommate.
evident. No, but you know what? My roommate's cool. I like my roommate. It's just I'd rather be friends on the outside with him than living with him.
Yeah, I exactly. See,
Yeah.
see, yeah.
See, we can get along.
Yeah.
You
As
know,
long as you guys are outside, away from each other.
pretty much. So it is what it is. He goes his way, I go my way. I get a new roommate if I just so desire, or I just keep the place myself. So that's neither here nor there. We're still going to have our shows. We're still going to be on 2 nights a week, maybe even 3 soon. So we're on our way. So this show is going to get bigger and better. And when we add people, like we have 2 very good guys that have lightning knowledge, which is what we needed, and we needed them to show up and be at the radio booth. We needed people to be there. We didn't need anybody that's going to show up once a month or once a year.
And take my advice. You don't want to. This is a cutthroat business. If this is what you want to do with your career, you need to be here.
Exactly. This is not for the, you can't be like, oh, well, I'm going to spend time with my girlfriend or my wife. I have a commitment. I have a commitment to do this show.
Yep.
So guess what? Honey, you're going to have to stay home tonight because I'm going to the radio booth and I'm doing my thing.
What pays the bills?
Yeah, because the bills got to get paid. Yes,
Some way.
Some way, shape, or form. Yeah.
But when you're doing this and you're committing to, a broadcasting career, you need to say, hey, I love you. You're my wife or you're my girlfriend. I love you and everything, but I have a commitment each and every Tuesday night or Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I need to be in the studio. I don't need to be having sex with you right now. I don't need to be doing this. I don't need to be doing that.
Wow.
I have a commitment on the radio.
Way to go straightforward with everything.
I am very straightforward.
Yeah, you'll learn that. You'll learn that.
Wow.
Thank
God we ain't on the FCC.
Yeah, they wouldn't like me.
No, they
would
wouldn't.
say, oh, God, we got another Stern coming up, the radio waves. But, that's not true. Howard is a great guy and everything, and I totally respect him, and he's awesome. And I've been listening to Howard for so many years.
So basically, you're the Jerry Springer on radio.
Am I? I don't like drama, though. I don't like drama.
You don't like drama.
I don't do drama. That's why I don't get into what goes on at the Casa Thunderstriker's home. I keep that. Well, he knows what goes on at the Casa
I know what goes
Thunderstriker
on,
home.
but we're not going to go that far.
We're not going to go that way. No, we're not going to get into that.
Not on there.
Good.
Nope. We're just going to keep this in a family, wholesome show. We bend the envelope a little bit every once in a while, too, though. Like, I just spit that out. That's okay. I don't have no FCC. I don't have no ban. I try to keep it wholesome. And yes, I raise my voice, but I'm a big mouth, and I admit it. I mean, that's what a host is.
And you're just a loyal fan of sports.
I'm a loyal fan of sports. I'm a loyal fan to the New York Yankees. I'm a loyal fan to the New York Giants, and I'm very loyal. There ain't nobody I know that's a bigger fan than the Tampa Bay Lightning than me. But we all love our teams, and we all are committed and loyal to each and every team we have. When you break that, that's no good.
Which is funny because
People break it.
I would think if you're a New Yorker, you would probably want to be fans of the New York Rangers, which I'm surprised.
No.
From a fellow New Yorker.
No. I grew up in Long Island, and I was an Islander fan and an Islander season ticket holder before the Lightning even came into the league. So there you go. You learned something new about me there.
And I think they got a new stadium now, don't they?
They're building something in Belmont Park, and it's going to be a huge arena, and I'm so happy for them. They're my birth team. So obviously I wish them well unless they play my Lightning. Then I draw the line. Okay? We're going to beat the Islanders. And that's
right.
Yeah, but you know what? I've seen the Islanders back in the 80s win 4 cups in a row that nobody ever will do. 4 cups in a row.
And what year was it that Gretzky was with them? Oh, wait, no.
No.
Oh, wait, no.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking the same jersey type. Sorry.
Edmonton got 5 cups, but it wasn't in a row.
I'm sorry. They almost had the same exact jersey. So.
Well, what you smoking?
Share some over here.
I'm not going to smoke any of it. But that's it, man. I mean, we're done. So, again, we get into all this talk and everything. It's so much fun and everything, but we don't want to be here all night. I got to work tomorrow. He's got to work tomorrow. Devin's got to sleep all morning. So, this
sleep
is
all day.
See, I told you. See, I told you I was forward. I mean, why? He knows how I am. I'm not going to hold back. I mean, it's a fact. When I go to work, he's sleeping until 9, 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, sleep all day, sleep all night.
I don't sleep all day, though.
He doesn't sleep all day. He does get up and he does do stuff and everything. And he does produce the show. And he does release the YouTube video after the show is done the next day, which is awesome. Because I got people that want to see the show on YouTube. And that's what we should be promoting. We need to get more people to subscribe to our YouTube channel because we got to build that up.
We do. You said how many do we have right now on YouTube?
Right now we have 20 subscribers.
No, we have 21 because your friend just subscribed.
Okay, so we got 21. All right, so let's keep it moving. Let's keep it going. We haven't really this season. Really, how long have we been doing this season? Not very long.
Not very long.
And we already got 21.
Yeah.
6 or 7 weeks.
Yeah, at least.
and we got 21.
Yeah.
And our last
That's a good start.
YouTube had what, 20,
5 or something.
27, 28, and that's
Mhm.
covering over almost a whole year. So we're already,
Yeah.
moving along quite well,
That's a
and
good
we're
start.
moving ahead of our old YouTube page from last year. So I'm very happy about
Hey,
that.
like you always tell me, you got to start somewhere.
You got to start somewhere. Hell, we're in a small, tiny little room here.
Yeah.
I don't know the measurements of it, but we barely. I don't think we can fit another body in here. We got
No.
we got 3 bodies.
Yeah, this room right here is really small. You can't even walk in it.
Yeah. So anyway, so we're over time, and that's okay because overtime is fun. But I want to thank everybody for watching the show. We'll be back on Sunday at 7:00. So hope to see you then. Good night, everybody.